Hello, my friends. How y'all doing out there? Didn't realize I'd already gone live, so I'm glad I wasn't like scratching my butt or anything. So, hey, Michael, Tom, Kurt, Sonia, Marianne, Janine, aloha, aloha, aloha. I'm glad you reminded me of that, even though you probably didn't know it, Janine. I've been recommending all along that everyone I'm going to back up to the beginning for a minute because I haven't talked about this much in the last couple of days. So these quantum question sessions are part of the global INrising movement, which is a conscious movement towards waking up, reclaiming our power and our sovereignty, stepping out of the battle, stepping beyond left and right and all the divisions into our natural inherent oneness, so that we can retrieve our energies from the nightmare that we have been making and actually step into the miraculous life that we are. It's available to every single one of us every minute of every day. Sorry, turning my notifications off. And it's what I'm all about. It's what this movement is all about. And it's what these quantum question sessions are all about. So when you join globalinrising.com, you get access to thousands of dollars of the most advanced stuff that during normal times I would be building my business and making these tools and offering them for sale as part of my business. We've been giving it all away 100% free, no catch and no strings. So by joining globalinrising.com, there's a 27-minute video there that I highly, highly recommend that you make time and watch. You will be glad you did. Watch it with total focus, okay? Then you can join our free Facebook group. You'll get the link on globalinrising.com. And one of the tools there is called the Breath of Light 2.0, which will literally change your life. One time experiencing it will change your life. If you make it a part of your weekly life or your monthly life, where you do it a few times a month or once a week, I've got people doing it every day. It'll change your life more than you can imagine. And I'm not kidding. And those of you who actually take my suggestion and do that right before these quantum question sessions, you're coming in on a whole nother level. Okay. So thank you for that. Hearing me through on that. Karen, Samir, Philemon, Peter, and Elka. Aloha, hugging over in Belgium. Fuck social distancing is all I got to say. Glenn, good to see you, buddy. Daryl, John, always good to see you, man. I'm glad you're showing up again, buddy. Hey there, Win. Over in France, Christy in the UK. Hey, Crystal, love you, girl. Over in South Carolina. Hug Michael for me. Michael, hug Crystal for me. Christina in Portugal. There's V in San Diego. All right. So let us get to it. Who has anything today that I can help with? I mean, I know everything's perfect, but we're not usually experiencing everything as if it were perfect. What's up?
Come if you're going to come.
All right. Sorry. I was getting my family set up in the other room to be on the session. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi real quick?
Hello.
Here, let's get you up there and then go back in there and watch, okay? All right. Go watch with everybody else.
Can I have a coconut slice?
After the session.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wow. I'm glad. Hey, Marisol. Tom. Boom. Oh, wow. Look at that. Whoa. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to celebrate this for a minute. I did not know that you guys were doing that. It's freaking amazing. And you go deeper every single time you do it, man. That thing is so powerful. And so yesterday or the day before, we talked about this conflict. But when we assume benevolence constantly, yeah, there's some that are going to be fearful and triggered when they see me without a mask. And you know what? I'm giving them an opportunity to feel their feelings. They can blame me or do whatever the hell they want. However, the others look at me and say, wait a minute. I just saw a smile. What the fuck? Oh, wait, he's not wearing a mask. Hey, wait, why am I wearing a mask? All right. So look at this. Okay, I don't get that, but I'm really, the person's name. Yeah, okay. Hey, Rita in Denmark. All right, I'm feeling something different today, so I'm gonna wing it. Hey there, Jennifer in Alabama. Awesome, good to see you again, Julie. Hey, April, Christy. I guess you and I maybe we'll have that conversation after this session. Triggered by seeing people wearing masks. I can relate. And you know, it's just a matter of this right here. How is this for me? 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 So I see now a couple of comments are coming on. I'm gonna say a couple things here. Just bear with me, deal with it, like it or not. Okay. If you are, I was having a conversation with my 15-year-old son, Nathan, just a few minutes ago. I printed off, there's an article on the last American Vagabond.com. There's an article. They did a 3-part report on Bill Gates. And I printed the entire thing and I gave it to Nathan to read and then told him, let's just talk about it afterwards. And we had a really great conversation about it. And he gets it. And he said something. We were watching a show. We were watching Del Bigtree talking about vaccines and stuff. And Nathan said, man, every politician, every leader just needs to be replaced. And that's some serious wisdom right there. So I'm going to say this. I'm not against anybody on this planet, and I am not political. I'm not political. I am not political. I hope you hear what I'm saying. I'm not political. The issues that are available to us in this global INrising, as we look out and we see, wait, viruses and fucking lockdowns and masks, what the fuck is that? And lockdowns, why? And this nurse came out and showed that in New York City in the hospital, the doctors and nurses were intentionally killing patients and they were receiving orders to do so. And wait. And the government is paying doctors and people to report non-COVID cases. What the fuck is actually going on here? As we look at this, it doesn't matter left, right, up, down. If you just open your fucking eyes for a minute and your ears, and then maybe the toughest part of all, open that brain. Turn that shit back on. We go, wait. What the fuck? You did what? And Bill Gates did what? And wait a minute. They actually wrote the bill for the Coronavirus Relief CARES Act a year before there was a corona. Okay, this shit's been planned. None of this is political. The Black Lives Matter, okay? None of this is political. They're human issues that people who have political programming are siding in arguing about. There's nothing political. So before you even think, I can't believe it, the global INrising was supposed to be doing quantum questions and Brian is talking about political issues. No, I'm not. I'm talking about human issues. And they're affecting you, whether you're aware of it or not. And so tomorrow, Saturday, as I make this, Friday, what day is today? I think it's the something-teenth, right? It's the 12th. So tomorrow, Saturday, as I make this video, is Expose Bill Gates Day. And I'm not against Bill Gates. And I'm not for what he's doing at all. And those of you who believe that the only thing you know about Bill Gates is, I got a computer, it's got some software he made. And by the way, they said he's a philanthropist. I saw the Netflix thing and he's great. If that's where you get your information from, then you're going to believe that shit. Okay. But Bill Gates has publicly said he's planning on killing a huge, significant part of the population. He had invested billions in the vaccine before there was a virus publicly known. And all this stuff is undeniable if you just look, okay? So why am I talking about this? Those motherfuckers are going to kill us all, and that is their stated plan. Except for one thing. In this circle, we're realizing that all is one. And so they can't be bad motherfuckers outside of me. I am ultimately responsible, even if I don't know how. I am responsible. So in this setting, Quantum questions. Global INrising. I say, I am accepting the possibility that this is actually all me. I don't know how I'm doing it. I don't know why I would do it, but I am accepting the possibility that it is me. And I am ready to wake up to the parts of myself that I have hidden from myself that would be reflecting in the seeming out there as this nightmare. And I would frankly like to wake up from it before those motherfuckers are at my door with a gun, 6 burly dudes, and a needle full of shit that I don't know what it is that they're lying about. I would rather wake up and undo this whole thing way before we get to that point. So I don't know if I can get an amen from the choir on that, or if you think I'm like totally off the deep end. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's all okay with me. If you Google the Corbett Report with 2 T's, Corbett, Corbett Report, and you could look up Exposing Bill Gates Corbett Report. You may want to watch some of those videos. You might want to be involved tomorrow. You might want to share it with other people. Because what if it's true? And what if he is farther down the road with that agenda than any of us had any idea? Am I afraid? No. Do I want to fight it? No. Am I against Bill Gates? Absolutely. I hope by now you're hearing that I'm not. Okay? So now, I will see those comments in a minute. Right now, let's go here. Leonard. I'm looking at your Facebook profile picture, which is not a picture of you. By the way, this is called Facebook, not Words book. I don't see your face there, but that's okay. I don't blame you. Surrender it all to the cosmos. I think you fucking put the answer right there, but let me help. Are you absolutely sure that there's such a thing as negative feelings and positive feelings? Where, you know, I love you, right? I'm not saying anything about you being dumb or where did you get that stupid fucking idea that there is such a thing as negative feelings and positive feelings? Who is the spiritual guru genius selling self-help bullshit that ever came up with the idea that said there's feelings that are negative and feelings that are positive? How would you weigh one? Do you have like a scale? If I put them on this scale, these are the heavy, well, these are heavy, so they're negative, and these are positive. So what if feeling your sadness, that you know that's a negative feeling, I don't want to feel. What if feeling your sadness is the only way to feel it, love it, aim your intention into it, dissolve it, and find yourself on the other side of it? Well, then that would be positive, wouldn't it? No, there's no such thing as negative and positive. You have no clue. I say this with the highest love and respect. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You're believing what all those law of attraction people have been confusing themselves and everybody else with now for decades, calling things positive, negative, trying to be positive. You don't know what's positive. I wish I had one on my desk. From now on, I'm going to always have a battery on my desk, because the only place that negative and positive exists is on a damn battery. And that ain't good or bad. I mean, how would you have a battery with only a positive pulse? You can't. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I rant on this often, and I trust that that's enough for you to begin. So let's do this. Why is today the day that I realize there's no such thing as positive and negative feelings? There's just feelings. Why, when I release the judgment of positive and negative feelings, I was able to freely feel my feelings without thinking I was being negative? Why did that whole world of delusional self-help, law of attraction garbage that I was using to confuse myself, why did that disappear when I released the very idea of positive and negative? And I realized it's feelings. And if I feel it with all of my intention, if I become present enough to feel it completely, it dissolves, and I find that what was here behind it all the time was love and joy and peace that I am. Why did that happen today? Why is it I welcome the sadness and sensations so that they can reveal and release their gifts to me? Terche, Matt, aloha. Hey, Claire in Quebec, aloha. Why is it that I stopped calling my sensations names? Why did I stop saying I have asthma, I have cancer, I have plantar fasciitis? Why did I let that shit go? And I said, oh, there's a symptom. There's a set of symptoms here, and I'm receiving sensations. I don't know if it's painful or not. Why did I admit? I don't know if that shit's painful or not. I know that right now, while I'm calling this shit plantar fasciitis and I have a name for it and I know what it is, I know that I believe it is painful. But is there any possibility that there was pain in me that I was ignoring that has showed up as this set of symptoms? And by me calling it the name and buying the medical model of mental programming, that I was perhaps perpetuating it? Is there any possibility that if I was to not call it a name and if I was to feel the physical sensations in my body that I was calling painful, I might find it's not painful. Maybe I had pain inside of me that has shown up at these set of symptoms. And when I become fully present to what it is, rather than labeling as what I know it is, it can reveal its gifts to me. And the healing is contained in it every time. Hey, Dolores in Oklahoma. Hey, Sue. Anybody that wants to, feel free to check that one out. Are we shifting from 3D to 5D? I have not at this moment seen or heard anything that has made me personally feel or led me to feel like I care at all about any of that shit. From what I have seen so far, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of brilliant, wonderful people talking about how we're shifting from 3D to 5D. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're smarter than me. Maybe they're wiser than me. Maybe they are. And maybe they're making some fascinating bullshit out of what actually is. Because technically, none of those terms exist. What is I'm here. I'm having experience. I can choose to be present. And as I choose to be present to the infinite truth, I become that, whether I call it this or that, or try to get caught up of 22 steps to ascension, or whatever the hell else somebody might bring down the pike. All right, check it out. Boom, bam, bibbity bobbity boo, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, bam, boom, boom. Hell yeah. Boom, bam, boom. And now this. Why is it that when I look and I see all of this drama, for lack of a better word, all around me on all sides, why is it that when I look and I see all this drama and all this unfolding, I am even more inspired to choose presence so that I can tap into the deeper part? Because when I'm in the shallow part of me, looking at my shallow perspective of all these things that are happening, I cannot see the deeper essence behind it all, which arises from within me, the real me. Why did I get today that when I'm up here in my shallow, blah, blah, triggered, politically pre-programmed mind, and I look at the things that are happening, I go, oh, is that left, right, positive, negative, good, bad, all this judgmental superficiality, wanting to fight and flee and freeze in the nightmare that I'm seeing? Why is it when I choose presence and I tap into the deeper me, I actually begin to see what is happening from the fucking deeper me? And Nathan, among all people hearing me, I really want you to hear, based on the conversation that we just had, when I'm looking at it from here, sleepwalking, I'm going to see a nightmare from sleep that I can't do anything to change. When I become present and I tap into the deeper me, I begin to, as I calm down, I begin to access parts of my mind that I could never access when I was in fight or flight, triggered, anxious, nervous, fearful. It's worth the sweat, Tom. That's all I'm saying, buddy. Bam. Boom. Hey, Elaine. Good to see you. Christine, you're not the only one, because when we begin to feel sadness and fear, our normal habit is to instantly stop breathing and oh, there's and that's when we must breathe. And when you breathe, you won't dissociate. You'll actually be able to dissolve the fear and sadness in love, in presence. Johnny, good to see you, buddy. I don't know if Crystal and Michael have harassed you that much that you're finally on with me live. I'm so glad you're here, buddy. Love you, man. I think that one didn't finish. Check it out. That's what I'm talking about right there. And now we transcend it. Is it possible that when I am in my programmed, wired, tired, frantic state, I could be picking up signals that are not even mine and freaking out in my response to that because I'm not even responding to it from my deeper resource self? Why is it that I realize those people are not upset that I'm not wearing a mask? They were already upset. They were already fearful. And when they saw someone not wearing a mask, two things happened that's none of my fucking business. Number one, their fear of, she's being irresponsible. She's going to make me sick because I believe what the liars on TV said. And number two, when I see her being brave, it makes me realize unconsciously how fearful I actually am, and I don't like her for that. So they are triggered and they say all that crazy bullshit that comes out of it. And listen, we got a choice here to decide. We got a choice here to decide. I'm walking through the store without my mask like this. A whole lot harder to hate somebody who's smiling and looks stupid. Well, I go over the cancer thing again. All right, I'm over time again, y'all, so I'm going to move towards wrapping this up here. If I have a set of symptoms in my body, I live in a modern world that has been basically raped and utterly taken over by a few billionaires who created the Food and Drug Administration, who created the American Cancer Association, who created the American Medical Association, and basically gave themselves a total and complete monopoly on how to handle, quote, illness, which guarantees endless illness. And what they do is they see a set of symptoms and they created a diagnosis. Here's the name of the condition. No, you don't have a few temporary arising symptoms that are arising from your emotions and the way you take care of yourself. No, that's silly. That's dangerous and scary to even think. No. You have a disease and we're the authorities and we'll tell you what the name of the disease is. And then in the note to that name of that disease, here's the prognosis. Here's what you can expect. Here's what will happen to your miserable fucking life as a result of this diagnosis. And it leads to us being able to write you a prescription because we gave ourselves a total monopoly on writing the prescriptions. And by the way, we own the chemicals that are making you sick, and we own the chemicals that we sell you that we convince you are going to make you well. So we have a total monopoly. So there's the medical system in a 1-minute summary. But actually, for someone who chooses to be conscious and aware, I have symptoms right now arising in my body. Let me bring total presence and love to that. Those of you, I got a soon to be famous quote. You ready? The disease can never be fatal, but accepting the diagnosis often is. So when some fucker, I love everybody, even fuckers. We're all fuckers until we're not. When some fucker with a couple pieces of sheepskin on their wall that says they're a doctor, and I love them, by the way. I'm not being insulting to anybody. Don't misunderstand me now. When some fucker with a couple pieces of sheepskin on their wall that says they're a doctor, when they say, you have cancer, you have the right to believe that fucking bullshit all day long. It's your freedom and your right. What they did was they programmed you from early in life, and they programmed your parents so that you wouldn't remember that you actually have a choice to believe it or not. Oh, I have cancer. The doctor gave me 3 months to live. I say, give it back to that motherfucker. Why you take that? He don't know. She don't know. What are you talking about? So when they tell you have cancer, you could say, well, let me see. You say I have cancer. I see the evidence. I see WebMD and all the research that you guys have done. And what is your solution? Oh, 2 things that can cause cancer are what you guys recommend to treat my cancer. Let me see. What if I consider I might not have cancer? What if I have a set of symptoms where my cells are attacking each other, perhaps because of some emotional upset in me that I've been ignoring for the last 30 years? Let me put some love there. Oh, suddenly I don't have cancer. Sorry if that triggered anybody, because I'm actually totally not sorry at all. All right, I'm just looking at comments. I feel like I'm done. I'm 26 minutes into my 15-minute promise here. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Boom. Hey, Julio, good to see you, buddy. You're welcome. You were not the only one sleepwalking, honey. Let me tell you that much. I'm breathing more deeply from now on, because you know what? I want to be present to whatever arises in my life. I want to be present and aware of it. I don't want to be reacting and freaking out. I got one more thing to say. You know what? Right now, at this moment, 5 of my 6 kids in this world, 5 of my 6 kids in this world are watching this right now. And I am just ecstatic, okay? Didn't used to be this way. And I was sleepwalking, and I was unconscious, and I reacted at my kids, and I saw them do things, and I yelled at them. I screamed at them. I went earlier in life, I called them names. I would just, my reactivity and my anger and my sadness and my fear that I had not resolved was raging in me from the abuse that I took on from my dad. I was working on healing it, but I hadn't healed it. And I was such an unconscious, reactive ass to my kids. And I've apologized to them. I've looked in their eyes. I've cried. I've apologized. I've owned it. I've said that was me, not you. I'm responsible, not you. Okay. So that's now past. I'm just saying, I know what it's like to not be present and to be reacting to everything, including my own kids, who I love like I love air. And I'll tell you that to be here where I am today, where I breathe and they do something and I say, let me see what's going on here. Okay, I love you. Let's work through it. And the difference in them towards me, with me meeting it like this, whew, come on back into focus, camera. I choose presence. You dig? I choose presence. You're welcome. Love your mask answer. Me too. Yep. Well, some would say that I don't have any sense or any humor, so I appreciate that from you, Nalini. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, we got to be breaking some kind of record for number of people on a live stream and the number of booms created. That we got to be like real close to that. Damn, look at that. Karen says, hey, kids. Thank you, Crystal. It is mutual. And for those of you who are feeling hopeless with your kids right now, the fact that 5 of my kids, well, let me rephrase that. 2 of them are doing this 100% by choice. Crystal and Jonathan, 100% by choice. 3 are doing it because I told them that I would tie them up and leave them on the trampoline in the sun all day if they don't watch. But they're still on. That's the point. No, actually, one of the most joyful things in my life, I'm saying this to all of you with kids. One of the most joyful things in my life right now, might seem like a little thing to you, but little things are actually the biggest thing in the world when you change your perspective a little bit, is when my 8-year-old who turns 9 tomorrow, Adian, said, "Oh, Dad, is it time for the quantum questions? Yay, I like those. I like those." Oh, can you imagine being 8 and learning this? Boom. I'm just soaking this up, everybody, and I invite you to soak it up. Look at what we have found here. Just doing my job, ma'am. I make my own luck. Love you, Tarshay. Love you, April. Love y'all. All right. Geez, these comments are not going to end if I don't just end this. So, hello from Adian. Hey, so they're sending you happy birthdays already, Adian. How about that? Me too, Michael. All right, so I'll just close with this. There is nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. You've heard it a million times. You are infinite, unlimited energy, right? If you go into an atom of gold, so let's do an experiment here. You ready? Let's do some science and we'll wrap this up. You take a little chunk of gold and a little chunk of lead, a little bit of helium gas, and then a little chunk of poop. Okay, so we got 4 things, right? 4 elements. You didn't never see poop on the periodic table, but I did. Gold, lead, helium, and poop. And you go down into them with an electron microscope and you get down, oh, wow, look, there's the nucleus. Oh my God, it doesn't look anything like what they said it would look like. There's nothing physical here. And then you go into the nucleus and you find inside the nucleus, there's these structures that aren't structures. It's literally light blinking in and out of existence, light blinking in and out of existence. And so then you look at the video of, you made a video recording of inside the gold. Nothing physical. It's just light blinking out of existence. You go into the poop, light blinking in and out of existence. You go into the helium, which is a gas, light blinking in and out of existence. You go into the lead, guess what? Same thing. It's light blinking in and out of existence. And so you take those 4 videos and you make them semi-transparent. You stack them over each other and you look and you say, they're all the same thing, which isn't a thing. It's energy blinking in and out of existence. And when it's not there, there's nothing there. It's there and it's not there. And you have the realization that a lot of quantum physicists will not allow themselves to have. They say, a lot of them still say, well, that's true at the subatomic level, but at the physical level, it's real. What the fuck? If at the subatomic level, every atom of gold isn't physical, then it don't matter if you have 8,000 pounds of gold, which is nice, I'm sure. It's not fucking real. It's not solid. We perceive it to our senses because we're up in this shallow perceptive part of ourselves where we perceive everything as physical and most of it as a threat. But if everything in the entire universe is light blinking in and out of existence, and that light isn't good or bad or right or wrong or positive or negative, it can't have any diseases and it can't be better or worse. If everything in the universe is that energy, then what do you have to eventually admit that you are? Infinite, unlimited, perfect, eternal energy. You've been perceiving yourself as a meat suit in a machine because from the womb, your parents were thinking that. They put you into a school and a Sunday school class and all this shit, and then the doctor's office and then the principal's office, where everybody was convinced that you're a separate meat suit in a machine, and so are they. And so everything we ever learned and believed came from the programming that told us that we're a little chunk of meat in a giant fucking machine, and it's all real, and all the power is outside of me. So then What's wrong with energy? Nothing could ever be wrong with energy. Then what's wrong with you? Nothing. But Brian, what about all that bad shit I did? It wasn't bad. You did exactly what you felt you had to do, believing you were a separate chunk of meat in a giant machine. Why don't you drop it? Forgive yourself. You got any reason not to? All right, love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Aloha, everybody. Thanks for being on with me.